afternoon, everyone. My name is Nuriasi Fatima, and now I want to present my paper about analysis of mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia using Twitter data. This is the outline for my presentation. There are introduction, literature review, methodology, result, and the last is conclusion and recommendations. First is introduction. Now Indonesia still deal with COVID-19 pandemic, and COVID-19 pandemic bring impacts on Indonesia in various sectors and also has a direct psychological impact on the entire community, such as fear attack, anxiety, stress, and depression. Based on the PDSKJI survey of 2,364 respondents, there are 68 of respondents experience anxiety disorder, 67% experience depression, and 77% experience psychological trauma. Litbangkus also record that 6.8% of Indonesian people experience anxiety disorders during this pandemic. At this time, social media was helpful to get the latest information, share various content, tell stories, and express opinions or thoughts. And one of the social media that is widely used by Indonesians to share content is Twitter. With the large number of users, Twitter can provide a source of information that can be used to conduct various studies, such as text classification. The goal of this study is will conduct classification and analysis related to mental health during the pandemic using tweet data shared by Twitter users to analyze the psychological conditions experienced by Indonesians during the pandemic. Next is literature review. Mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic. Mental health is one of the problems faced during this pandemic. Many people feel afraid, worried, stressed, and depressed because of this situation. Not only civil society, but also health workers who help deal with COVID-19 have also experienced mental health problems. Next are related works. There are 4 related works that discuss about classification and analysis about mental health using data from social media. The first is Rakshita and Gauri Sankar. Their study discussed the analysis on Twitter to determine a person's mental health using tweet data. Classification is carried out using 2 approaches. The first approach is unsupervised approach, use monkey-learn API and naive Bayes algorithm. And while the second is supervised approach, use SVM. And they are also analyzed about tweet source, day and time of users upload of the tweet, word cloud, and users location. The second is Victor et al. Their study discussed the analysis of mental health problems of social media users on Twitter. This study used TF-IDF for filter extraction and naive Bayes, SVM, random forest, and regression as the algorithm. This study also doing analysis about word frequency and word cloud. For the result of this study, show SVM has the best result with 92.1% for the accuracy. The third is Varial et al. They conducted an analysis of depression in the Bengali community on social media. Filter extraction done with TF-IDF and Convectorizer. and use decision tree, naive Bayes, KNN, SVM, logistic regression, and random forest as the algorithm. The results show the highest accuracy is 90.3% for random forest, SVM, naive Bayes, and logistic regression. And the last is Deshpande and Rao discuss depression detection on Twitter by analyzing the emotions of users tweets. They use SVM and naive Bayes as the classifier and confactorizer for feature extraction. And the result is SVM is naive Bayes has the best result than SVM. Next is the methodology of this study. There are data collection, data filtering and data labeling, preprocessing, feature extraction, classification, and evaluation, and the last is analysis. First is data collection. Data was collected using crawling technique, use Twitter API and TWP library from November 13 to December 31, 2020, and use search queries that related to psychological problems that can be solved by the Indonesian during this pandemic. Next are data filtering and data labeling. We remove duplicate tweets and tweets that use local language from the data. And then we manually label into stage. First, to determine the tweets that indicate psychological problems, and the second is tweets that indicate anxiety problems. The third is pre-processing. We doing data cleansing, scaffolding, tokenizing, stopword removal, and stemming. For stopword removal and stemming, we use Sastrawi library. For the feature extraction, we use confactorizer with Unigram for the classification. Next, classification and evaluations. Dataset divided into 80% for training and 20% for testing. And we use for algorithms, naive Bayes, SVM, logistic regression, and random forest. And for the evaluation, we measure accuracy, recall, precision, and advanced score. And the last is analysis. We doing common words, word cloud, the frequency of time for users to upload tweets, and the user's location. For the frequency of time for users to upload tweets, we categorize the tweet into 4 time periods. There are morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And for the user's location, we analyze location from user's profile using Postgres from NLP ID library to extract the user's location. Because in the profile, users often write words beside place name. We use precise Postgres that can tokenize single or multi words because there are locations in Indonesia that consist of more than one word, such as Jawa Tengah and DKI Jakarta. Then we select words and phrases that have an NP tag and NP tag. Next is the result. There are label distribution and evaluation results. For the label distribution, for model 1, there are 612 tweets indicate psychological problems, while 558 tweets did not indicate psychological problems. And for model 2, there are 168 tweets indicate anxiety problems, while 444 tweets did not indicate anxiety problems. And for the evaluation result, naive Bayes, for the model 1, naive Bayes has the highest score for all evaluations. There with 74.36% accuracy, 74.28% precision, 74.35 recall, and 74.30% for F1 score. And for model 2, SVM has the highest score for accuracy with 76.42% precision. 76.42% for accuracy, 76.44 for recall, and 75.19 for F1 score. While the precision, the highest precision is 81.75% that measured by logistic regression. And next, there are 6 examples of prediction results. For model 1, there are 6 examples of prediction results from prediction test using text input. For model 1, there are 2 text predict as positive and 1 text predict as negative. And model 2 has 2 text predict as positive and 1 predict as negative. And next are results of common words that with the stopwatch there are 15 words. COVID has the highest frequency with 1,274 times appears, and in the right there are word cloud from data set. There are 500 words that users frequently mention in their tweets, and there are results of the frequency of time for users to upload tweets and users location. Based on the frequency of time for users to upload tweets, users more often upload tweets during the afternoon. And for users location, Indonesia got the first position of the location most written by the user, and Jakarta got the second position or the first position for the city. In the result, there are Jakarta and DKI Jakarta are in different calculation because they have different text. Jakarta has an NP text while DKI Jakarta has NP text. And conclusion and recommendation. The conclusions are result of labeling process. Model 1 has 612 tweets indicate psychological problems, and model 2 has 168 tweets indicate anxiety problems experienced by Indonesian Twitter users. And model 1 was built using the naive Bayes algorithms because naive Bayes has the highest result of all evaluations. And model 2 was built with SVM algorithms because SVM has the highest score for accuracy, precision, and F1 score. The next is result of frequency of time for user to upload tweet. User more often upload tweets was during the afternoon, which in that time, which is there is an interaction with user in that time. And during that time, the relevant organizations such as Indonesian Psychiatrist Association or PDSKJI, the Indonesian Psychological Association or HIMSI, and the Ministry of Health can interact more with Twitter users by sharing information about mental health or open private consultation session for users who had psychological problems. Relevant organization also can also conduct further surveys by using non-correspondent in every city, especially in the larger cities in Indonesia, to see mental health in that city. And for the recommendations, there are 4 things. First, improving the search queries for searching the tweets can be done to get more numerous tweets. Second, inviting professionals for doing the labeling process or validating the label, so we can get more accurate labels and improve the accuracy score. Indonesian Twitter users also often mix informal slang and harsh words into one tweet. So we suggest using Indonesian slang or harsh words dictionary to eliminate or normalize those words content in the tweet. This study only analyzed general psychological problems during the pandemic. So in the future, we suggest analyzing various emotions such as fear, trust, anger, disgust, and etc. This for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your presentation. It's very great presentation and it's very interesting topic. So anyone want to ask something about this paper? It's very related with our current situation, right? Okay, Bu Ayu, please.
Thank you, Bu Ginar. Thank you, Nuriasi. Thank you for the presentation. So I would like to ask question about the data actually. So you collected the data by yourself and you also do the labeling, if I'm not mistaken. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. So did you involve psychology expert to give the label on the data? This is my first question. And then my second question, did you also consider the user, the account? Because I think one user can have several tweets, right? So we can see whether a user has a problem in mental health by checking all the texts written by the same user, right? Not based only on the text, but also on the history of that person. So did you also add the information of the account, the ID, Twitter, the ID account, okay, the ID user of the Twitter. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Yes, I labeled it by myself and with help, maybe not professional psycholog, but this person have a bachelor in psychology. So maybe she can understand little or more about the expression of the tweet. And for the second, we do not, we just only collect that and not see the profile of the user. But maybe in the future or recommendation that can include it in the research, future research.
Thank you. I think I have one more question. Will you open the data to public?
Not, because I think this maybe this small, maybe in the future, after we improving the search queries, that can also for public.
Okay, thank you.
Another question from the audience? We still have like 2 or 3 minutes. So I will ask a question while waiting for another one to ask. So how about the time frame? I mean, you said like it's like a analysis for mental health during the pandemic. So how about the time frame? I mean, how you define pandemic is like when it start, or how you gather the data when the data is actually captured?
Oh,
You get the point?
sorry.
Yeah. So how about the time frame of the data? I mean,
Uh,
you said about the pandemic, so it's like maybe what month in last year, or what current time frame of the data that you capture?
Maybe this because November and December is in the end of the year. Mostly every person before pandemic use the time in the end of year for holiday. Maybe that's so that can be very now in the pandemic person cannot go to holiday, so feel stressed out, depressed, or more anxiety their feel.
Last question is like about the slang word. So currently you propose like some recommendation about to reduce the slang word. How bad is it? I mean, how bad to differentiate the slang word, or how to labeling the slang word in Indonesian word related to the mental health?
Just like there's many meaning for stupid in Indonesian words, that slang that I can think I can speak that words in this.
Currently, is still included like in the data labeling, the slang words. Is it right? I mean, the slang word is still not filtered in this research. Is it right?
Not because we're not doing the normalized process.
So thank you so much, Nuriasi, for the presentation and discussion. So we can give like applause maybe